Hi, live from Knockabout with the Quahog Republic today. I'm joined by Erik Bevans. We had Tom on earlier until he broke my camera.
He does stuff like that.
I'm going to blame it on Tom.
Sounds like a staff meeting.
How the hell are you, my friend?
I'm great. I'm psyched to be here at Knockabout. No, I didn't tell you this about Knockabout, but it's in Mashpee for our listeners, right?
Yep.
I grew up working in this building when it was
the Flume.
Yes, I fell in love with the restaurant business in the basement here. That sounds really creepy, by the way. It
does sound rather creepy.
There was a bar in the basement.
Thank you for the qualifying statements sometimes we need. So yeah, we're at a different angle. Our camera is just not cooperating with us. We don't have our AV guy because he's, doing AV things elsewhere for other people for way more money than I pay him.
Happens.
I'm like, go deal with it. So here we are in our...
I'll blame it on COVID.
Yeah. Or Cliff. We like to blame things on people. It's fine. So I've got Erik here, and Quahog Republic Chowdah is being served out back. Ryan is fabulous.
Ryan's great. Ryan's our salesman out in the field. He's helped us grow from maybe 10 stores to just about 200 stores with our chowder, bisque, our barbecue sauce, mixers, all that good stuff.
I was having this conversation with Tom before we so rudely got interrupted. But we started off in Mashpee. Everyone got really excited when you mentioned Mashpee because it was just like such a jam. And it was so awesome. It was like the quirkiest, coolest place to go and have a drink.
It was a little slice of Old Cape Cod. It was the stories will be told in a book someday by somebody else, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to I don't know what the statute of limitations.
Are you sure you want those stories?
No, I gotta wait. I think 7 more years.
Yeah, right. And then you'll be fine, free and clear.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be in Mexico. But yeah, that's where we started.
And then you started this. Do you visualize this thing though? You and Tom were like, no, this is going to be a brand.
Absolutely. That's been the plan all along. And like most things, they don't go exactly as you plan.
Yeah.
And you roll with the punches, and here we are today. So.
Did you see yourself having this chowder empire?
I don't know how to answer that. Yes, I did.
Yeah, right.
You know what? I did see it, and I think that's you're a business owner. If you can see it, you can make it happen.
Yeah,
and you have to really believe that you. And if you believe it, you see it in your mind. It sounds crazy, but it's not. It's absolutely true.
It's so true because you and I have talked at length about just the most random things of business. Well, because you started before me, so
a couple of years,
just a few. And you really, really have to compartmentalize. And I know I have a lot of entrepreneurs here. I did E for All. I know that we've got some baby entrepreneurs about to graduate E for All right now. And you see it in everyone's face. You know the ones that are going to be able to withstand, have the tough enough skin, and to be okay with today being a bad day. There's tomorrow.
You have to be able to fail and have a short memory. On those
fail forward
things,
and then forget yesterday.
Yeah, you really do. But it's so true. All the books I'm big into reading entrepreneur books.
Yeah, but don't you find that they're all the same though? I feel like I've read them all.
They are, but some of them kind of
one or two grains
more than others.
That's
you know
true.
What I mean? So you gotta go through some of them. Some of them you're like, oh, this guy's just copying what this other guy.
Can you just tell me the 3 things that make your plan different, please? Do I have to read your 400 pages of BS?
I'm reading one now. It was written back in the 30s.
Really?
Yeah. And it's exceptional. And it's written by this guy. And I'm the worst at remembering any author or even the title of the book.
While I'm reading it, I'm reading this great book. I can't even remember the name of the book, but it's great. I love it.
Books on tape are way better.
I'll let you know. I just recorded my first one of those. Yeah. So if you're in the entrepreneurial spirit out there and you got a book and maybe you're thinking, how do I get that on tape? Let's talk.
No way.
So yeah.
That's brilliant.
And it's super fun. It was definitely a learning curve process and making sure the edits were right. And it was a labor of life. So it was a self-help book. It's not currently out yet.
All right.
So I will let you know. You'll know about it sooner rather than later.
Wow.
But yeah.
I can't wait to listen.
But that's one of those things where I've worked with audio forever. I never thought, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
I should do that. We have a lot of creative, amazing people here on the Cape. Let's do that.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And we have a lot of friends in common that are authors.
Oh yeah.
So I'm in talks.
All
This
right.
might be a new thing for me to do.
I can't wait to hear what happens.
But yeah, seriously. But that's what you're doing with the Quahog Republic and your products, right?
We're constantly putting it out there. We really kind of, COVID changed a lot of things for us, spurred us into different things, like so many people. And it's been a lot of fun, super challenging. And, I'm excited for where we're at and where we're going to be. The addition of the 4th restaurant this year was the Lee Side down in Woods Hole. You know about the old Lee Side.
I do.
It's been there for probably 50 years. And then it had been Quick's Hole Tavern.
Yep.
And the owner of Quick's Hole called us and she said, listen, I'm done. Like, COVID
are they still next door with the taqueria?
They have a taqueria.
Okay.
Yes. And they have the Woods Hole
I like those. Okay.
And they have the treetops in or treetops. So they still have exceptional offerings for their business down there. But she was just like, high end in the Lee Side spot just isn't doing it anymore. It's time to kind of make the change. And I think you guys do a good job. Tom and I weren't looking to expand that part, but it worked out great and it's been awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, you've opened a couple of locations and then had to just realize the market and change things. Like COVID definitely changed the trajectory and plans for you, but I feel like it put you where you needed to be all along. It just wasn't ready yet.
I think you're right.
Right?
Sometimes you need help from the universe. That's one of these books I'm reading talks about the use of the ether.
Okay.
All right. So don't get too deep, but it's super deep, but it's legit. It's like you put it out there in that space that you really don't think about.
Right.
And you keep perpetuating that vision and that thought in that space.
Yeah.
And great things will come to you. And I know that of you. And I know that of the Quahog too.
I agree. So you're here today. We're at Naukabout, which is another fabulous building. And then we've come full circle from you growing up in the basement.
Being assaulted apparently in the basement.
We kept him in the basement. They let him out when the flume closed.
Oh my God.
George finally was like, go ahead, you go.
I literally, the story was I was a pimply, short, pudgy dishwasher. And they asked me to take some crackers and cheese downstairs. And I walked downstairs into this bar, and it was a long, narrow bar. And there used to be a spiral staircase right where we're sitting.
Yep.
That went right downstairs. The fire department shut it down years
Shocker.
later. And all the wealthy people from New Seabury, back in the day, Mashpee didn't have any other, like Mashpee Commons was like 3 stores.
Oh, wow.
So people would come all the way from New Seabury, which, it's not that far, but far enough.
For them, it's a trek.
Exactly. Or be driven.
Right.
And I went down in the basement and I was like, this is what I like. It was like something out of the 20s, guys smoking cigars, fistfuls of money. The bartender was like a maestro. She was like,
it wasn't that long ago. Anyone out there, by the way?
What? Yeah, you're right.
It really wasn't that long
only
ago.
38, so.
Right. It was a weird time in Mashpee. But that's where you got this vision.
That was, well, I don't know about that, but I
business.
enjoyed seeing the smoking and the drinking more than anything else.
Do you remember that Wild West of a time?
Oh yeah, it's great.
I was even in the Lonely Hearts Club band at the club there in Falmouth. Where was it afterwards? Was McGann's.
Oh Jesus!
And that's what I would come home every night after working in the bar, sticking like cigarette smoke and
Cliff, I'm home.
No, that's where we met.
Oh. I love you.
Right? Oh God, we really it's definitely a full circle moment here today.
Oh my God. So you're here what, every Sunday?
I'm here every single Sunday.
Awesome.
We open it up to the community, nonprofits, businesses, baby businesses, school parties, events, real estate things, whatever thing that is going on in our community. So we have a community show on Sunday. It's our Sunday brunch here at Naukabout. Pete and Meg are fabulous. And they were like, whatever you're doing for the community, we want to be involved.
Absolutely.
So whether it was last weekend where we had a Ruck for Hit party, which I partook in Ruck for Hit this weekend, not a race for the week.
Did you video any of it?
No, none of that needed to be out in the public. I actually was talking to Nicole Spencer about doing Tales from the Van as a podcast.
Oh my God.
And we could talk to, don't steal it.
Yeah, right. You shouldn't have said it.
I will know. I will come for you if you take my pod. But just the stuff, living intimately with people you may never have met for 36 hours in a very tight space.
Man.
Goes to talk about teamwork, camaraderie, and just general acceptance of a bad situation.
Oh no! But you made it through. You only get a couple rashes.
That's it. The foot stench, the soldiers, the complaining, the flat tire. Somebody got buried. I left Ruck this year, and it's not allowed, but I left because I had a couple of gigs because I had a couple of my employees leave my employ. And so as a business owner, you have to make adjustments, and sometimes you have to work where you need to be working.
Yeah.
And so I left the van, and in that time, the other driver buried us in mud. And Colleen Bonnelly, fabulous, our team captain, texted me and goes, "This is what happens when you leave."
Oh my God.
The best part was the other Ruck teams taking photos of my team trying to push it out of the mud as they drove by, pointing, laughing, and running past them.
Oh my God.
But it was something where somebody else saw it. Somebody else saw a photo. Somebody showed up on the side of the road, pulled them out, and we were back to the race in no time. So
that's cool.
But I love
weekend.
Yeah, I wouldn't use the word fun per se, but it was definitely, there are no other people in the world that I could have my back than those people in that group. And it's wonderful the amount of programs which you guys donate to Ruck for Hit also, which is Heroes in Transition. And if you don't know about this organization, they do amazing things for our returning soldiers and anyone involved in the military, from finding them friends to having therapy or working together as a couple, or you think of any aspect of your life that you have been put in, this organization will find a way to make your life a little bit better.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That is great.
Well, especially in relocation services where, you don't know that you're going to be living in Mashpee now and this is your community. Hi, it's us.
It's not a bad one to land in.
It's really not. I love the Cape.
My dad was a veteran. He was a veteran of Vietnam, and then he was active full-time military after that for many years. And we settled here in Mashpee this year, and he suffered tremendously from post-traumatic stress. This summer we're doing an event with it's Fishing for a Mission.
Awesome.
It's in regards to, there's over 22 veterans that commit suicide every day.
Yep.
And it's in honor of that, and it's a fundraising event for that.
They'll be on my show this week.
Early June, Fishing for a Mission.
Yeah.
Oh no, Hank
on my show this week.
He's so great.
Exactly.
He's so great. He'll tell you all about it. But if more people can get involved in some things like that locally, man, what a great positive thing you can do for a really challenging.
But that's it. And you answer that call when people say, "I have this thing," and we have so many nonprofits here in the Cape, and it does tend to get overwhelming.
Yeah.
But if you have something that affected you, which, you really understood that mission and you're there.
Yeah.
Just like the Fishermen's Alliance, you guys do a lot of nonprofit work with them.
All of our stuff that we do, that we sell for our retail, whether it's our Bloody Mary, our Margarita, the Commercial Fishermen's Alliance, it's based out of Chatham, but they represent basically fishermen from all over New England. And they're really the simplest way I think I can describe it is they're almost like a political action committee. Like they literally go and lobby and say, "Hey, this is what the real fishermen need. They need X, Y, and Z, and this is why." And during COVID, they were huge help to the fishermen because the regulations didn't allow fishermen to sell directly. There was so many obstacles you had to go through.
And we're getting better product now as a result of that. Yeah. So thank you, because I can pick up my scallops at a beer location or on the side of the road on a van, because they're allowed to do that now.
That's it.
So they really do care for our fishers.
Yeah, I'm down with that all day long.
Absolutely. So you're part of the thread of this community as well. It's not just that you're in 200 retail stores. Amazing.
Isn't that cool?
And you just opened up another location. Amazing. Your food is good.
Oh, food's not bad. Drinks are great. No, that's all good. It's all good. Listen, our slogan for the company is to live, give, and relax.
Yep.
Live your life to the fullest. Give back to your community. And try to relax. I mean, I know how easy
we do our damnedest.
Say, but yeah.
I'm fine. I slept in day. I'm fine.
She's so relaxed.
You got to enjoy your life. Everything's fine. Somebody help.
Hey, we got a big thing coming on this summer, though. I think it's the third week of August. the Jimmy Fund goes on usually like a Monday or Tuesday around then. And company-wide, we're doing a thing where we're big supporters of the Jimmy Fund.
Yep.
And for every chowder we sell, every bisque we sell, every Mai Tai, Bloody Mary, or Margarita, we're donating $1 1 week leading up to the telethon.
Amazing.
And then the day of the event, we'll have additional things going on that day. And at the end of the day, we're going to call in and just say, hey, from the Quahog Republic, we're donating X to the Jimmy Fund. And super excited about it. All 4 of our restaurants, whether it's New Bedford, whether it's Onset, or both the places in Falmouth, they're all going to be participating. So I look forward to it to being a huge success. Maybe we should have you there on the day of the telethon.
I think that's a really good idea. I know some
right, we'll
hosts. I might know how to do some of
You
that.
might, yeah, totally. I like that. I like it a lot.
I think I could handle some of these duties for sure.
Right on.
Now we are here at Naukabout until what time is chowder being served until? You got
Ryan
got time.
will be here pretty much all day.
Okay, so swing on by Naukabout, grab yourself some chowder, try their Quahog Margarita Seltzer.
It's so good.
It really is good, right?
I feel bad. Like, this is the first time I've tried it. Pete and his crew here have developed this.
It's
with
good.
our sour mix. They made the seltzer out of it, and he's like, I'm telling you, it's delicious.
It is.
And I've just been so busy, so I got here and I tried one. I'm like, oh, this, thank goodness, it's so delicious. I could drink 100.
I know. Well, yeah, I'm
won't.
making up for my non-participation in Cinco, and now I'm having it here. So there's plenty of time for margaritas and seltzers. So try a Quahog Republic. If you see the sign anywhere that you're shopping, you know it's going to be good. And you got Mai Tais coming. I heard a rumor
is in the queue, and that one's exciting because that's like one of our best-selling drinks of all
Oh
time,
yeah.
So.
They're diesel. They're deep. They're good. Yep. So whether it's Bloody Marys, margaritas, and coming soon, Mai Tai, make sure you live, give, relax with the Quahog Republic. Yeah. Some support. Cheers, Mr. Erik.
Cheers. Time for another for me.
Yeah, right. We're going to go get stocked up, swing on by Naukabout every single Sunday fun day. I just saw Nicole Spencer roll in the door, so we're going to talk to her about Ruck for Hit coming up in just a little bit. You never know who's going to pop up here at Naukabout. So where do you Naukabout? You should be in Mashpee. We'll talk to you soon.